Hey, what's in the bag? Oh, that's quite a wee bag, isn't it? That's significantly smaller than a guitar. See? So, this is not a what's in the bag episode, but if I have had a shot, let's not actually try plugging it in. Yeah, so it's an Ibanez and it's tiny. I'm going to do have a strap. There we go. What I can tell you about this right now is as soon as you pick it up, it feels right, which is not what I expected. This isn't mine, but I kind of might get one. I don't know. I've not even plugged it in yet. It's just one of those things that as soon as you pick it up, it just kind of like, oh, it might not look like it makes sense, but it totally does. It weighs nothing. So it's an Ibanez. Does it tell you in the back? A Q54 1P01, Indonesia 2303. So we've got a baked 3-piece neck. Actually, it looks quite good there. See, in actual reality, you can't see the middle stripe quite as well as you can at that particular angle, which was one of the things I thought, oh, it'd be nicer if they'd made it like a more contrasting colour, but you can see there it is actually quite a contrasting colour. So we've got a terminus block at the top and a not a tremolo system, this is obviously cut out and you just twist these, kind of like a Steinberger bass or something like that. HSS with brushed aluminium things. Oh, it's got wiring on it that apparently, I remember when it was at the AZ range, Ibanez stole wiring off me. That's what they put in this. Like the idea of having a sort of multi-function switch, which obviously I've got no legal standpoint whatsoever, but they did steal it off me because I'm pretty sure I've done these things before. Minus half a point for barrel jacks. Don't like barrel jacks, but plus half a point for that switch tip, which is totally cool. It's just a little bit different. Kind of looks a wee bit like a pawn from chess or something like that. Yeah. So from what I understand, this. I suppose I'll run it through the tuner. See how the tuners work. I've never used them. Okay, not an issue. And my super plan to get rid of that horrendous noise when the tuner's muting is just to use the other output so you can hear the note. You don't get that horrible noise. Right, so this immediately has, I've just finished playing that, the bronze jet guitar. This immediately has a chunkier, more Telecaster-y feeling neck. Single coil, obviously. It's actually quite surprising. It's got a thick neck. I didn't really notice that when I was playing it yesterday. Maybe it's just because I just been playing a normal guitar. 24 frets, but I mean it's well short. I'm going to assume it's 25 and a half inch. Oh no, my tape measure is in the car, so I can't measure the scale. I'm pretty sure you can look it up on the Ibanez site. Actually, I looked up the Ibanez catalogue just to see what this was earlier on. It's really weird. It's totally new to me looking up an actual current catalogue. It's like it's not one from 1986 or something like that. It's actually a modern one, and it's got it's like set out so it looks good on a website and all that. But aesthetically, I think this is killing it. I think it's great. The scratch plate works. It's just enough to be a little bit. It's kind of got a wee bit of a look of the Talman, maybe designed by the same guy or woman, something like that. It's got a look of the Talman where you've got that sort of vintage 60s thing somewhere in it. Maybe that's just the colour, but obviously can't be. It must be from the future, seeing as it's got like this. The bridge it's actually quite pretty to look at, the bridge. It's like engineering, and oh, look at the way this. No, the bridge is awesome. You do have intonation, but it's kind of already set. No, the bridge itself is worth talking. This as an engineering piece, I love it totally. Let's see what this thing's doing. Where's a screwdriver to tap these poles with? Apparently, one way, I'd imagine one way the switch goes. Yes, I could have looked it up on the internet. Didn't do that. One of the switches just makes it a normal HSS, and the other one makes it sort of the other mode. So this should be that one and that one. Not that one and not that one. What would you switch that switch? That one. Yeah, it's doing different things. Okay, so this is normal mode then. So we've got neck pickup. Then neck and middle. And I was told you must play the start of it, Sultans of Swing, when using position 4. Middle pickup will just be middle pickup. And then this will be these two, but I wonder if that one's split. Bridge pickup. Humbucker. So humbucker, both these coils on, and then position 2 does it auto coil split? It does. So we've got auto coil splitting in position 2, which means at position 2 you're getting this coil and this coil. It really does weigh nothing. It's not going to be that easy to weigh because I normally hang the guitar on a tuner, but this doesn't have a tuner, so what am I going to hang it on? The strap, I suppose. That'll probably cause problems. Is it going to be possible to just hang it on that? Yes, it is. There we go. 2.68, 2.69. So 2 point something. I think that may actually be kind of what that weighs. Actually, maybe that's why it does. Maybe that's why when as soon as I picked it up, it had a sort of familiar-y sort of feel kind of thing to it. It does feel a bit like that just because of the shape of it. Maybe more sitting down than when standing up, but it's kind of it's very, very ergonomic. Right, so let's try so apparently when I hit this switch it doesn't do anything to the bridge pickup. But this sound here should be different. Before it was coil split. It was that one. Alright, okay, I think that is that possibly just single coil? So you get humbucker. Then you get single coil. Yeah, okay, so there's bridge single coil. And then there's position 2 normally. Okay, so back to... What does middle position do then? That seemed normal middle pickup. So this is the special mode. I think it's putting it in series with something. Is it maybe in series with the neck or in series with the bridge? So that's on, and so I think that's series with the neck pickup. So you get like a sort of neck humbucker. It's amazing how once you know what it is it does, you can hear it doing that. Nope, it's all 4 pickups on. position 4 is... Am I thinking there's a phase in there? Regular position 4. Definitely a phase in there. What is it that's phase? So we've got the neck pickups on, middle pickup is not on. So you get outside, it's the outside coils, position 4. See, this is totally my kind of switch. So there's your Dave Gilmour sound in. And then neck pickup. I think that's a series with something. That's that's that and that in series. So this will be the two. This is humbucker. So we've got, working back the way, I could have worked this out, but I could have just looked it up. So that's these two in series. That is, I've forgotten already what it was. All the 4 pickups on. Was that the middle position? It was all 4 pickups on. That's the Dave Gilmour sound. So you get these two in series, Dave Gilmour sound in parallel. Middle, you've got all 4 pickups on in parallel. No series in there. And then there you've got bridge single coil. And then bridge humbucker. So you get 9 sounds out of this guitar. Get some distortion on. No, but I like it's like the pure maximise the amount of sound you can get out of having this switch. And I love the way that what I've been doing for a while now as well is the fact that if you put that switch down, it's just exactly what you expect. So you've got like basically a full Strat layout, but with a humbucker and the bridge. So you can always find your way back dead easily. So neck humbucker. Single coil. Definitely noticeable. Maybe get that. Action's maybe a tad higher than I would have expected for this guitar. Speed set 1.50. Yeah, no, just it seems. Maybe it's because it's an Ibanez. I've got my Ibanez set up like a Formula 1 car, you know what I mean? Just because they can. Even though I'm going to go back through and make them all a bit more normal. It doesn't have any swing. See, because it's so rooted in the spot, it doesn't have any of this, which is, I suppose, a good thing, but it feels weird. It kind of feels like it's attached to me a little bit. It might actually be sticking to this t-shirt a bit because it's just new, and maybe sticking that to my belly a little bit as well. Doesn't the fret markings on the edge are not super visible. They could have done with being a little bit brighter, I think. I mean, they might glow in the dark, I suppose, but they're just not very. Get used to it. Get used to it. Mind you, I don't think this is a cheap guitar. I think they might even be like 900 odd quid or something like that. But I mean, it feels expensive, it's fine. Kind of, the having this scoop out the bottoms kind of reminded me a little bit of the Reb Beck, or Reb Beach model, a Voyager it was called. They'd I think it was just basically a sort of an Ibanez RG that had it cut out to the back so you could pull the Floyd Rose back further, I think, was the thinking in it. Just basically an RG with the bits cut out it. But this is obviously to get at this. These adjust an awful lot easier than, the wee bits on any Floyd Rose. They're much better than that. Probably a wee bit annoying putting the string on in the first time. Oh no, maybe not actually, because you'd be able to I think what you do is you tighten it up really tight there, and then Allen key it closed, and then just do the last bit. So you don't need fancy double ball end strings or anything like that. It's just basically like a block with Allen keys that just hold down each string, so you pull it as tight as you can, tighten it up, snip it off. I don't think changing strings on this would be too much of a pig. I'm saying that. Do the strings actually go on the edge of the bridge? They might. No. I'm sure it'll be obvious when you take the string off how to get it off. It might. I think it might be one of those. It's an ibanez things, kind of similar to what on the wee red one there, where they've got like a sort of wee. There's a wee thing like that in the bridge somewhere, so you kind of slide the ball under it, and then once you've got tension on it, it won't come out because it's it's hooked behind a wee hook. But there's that bridge. I mean, the bridge is. It's really nice. I love its engineering aspect. I also really like the pickup covers. It's only aesthetic, but I don't care, and I think the scratch plate might make it as well. One of those things with a scratch plate, you just never really know whether it's good or not, but sometimes you put it on and you just go, yes! It needs it. It's got a little bit of the S series kicking about with it as well. See the way it's really thin at the edges. The guitar itself isn't super. It is actually pretty damn thin, but not as much as an S series. I don't think S series like totally. So maybe an S with a. The neck's a real strange one actually. The more I'm playing it, the more weird the neck's feeling. The neck is. It's like a chunkier thing. Which is not what I would expect. I expect this guitar to be like a shredder. It's like quite. It's like a Telecaster neck. It's kind of weird. With Rat Pedal being my favourite, bridge pickup being my favourite. Yeah, it's too rooted to me. It's not moving. It doesn't move. I know that's probably a thing you would want, but I mean, I'm like more. Sort of a bit of guitar. I'm making this up. I see. This has got a bit of that to it. Do you know what I mean? Although to be, I think it might actually be something to do with this T-shirt sticking to my belly. But I mean, it's just got more. There's something in it. Just to make it feel like it's alive. Whereas that kind of, it's like totally stuck to you. I feel like I've got it attached, like, you know, when you put both arms on your rucksack, and you're kind of like, it's kind of stuck, and you feel a bit restricted by it, rather than hanging it over one shoulder like all the cool kids do, so you can kind of hold it and it swings about. This has got a bit of, or maybe it's just because it's so light. That's me trying to find faults in it. Neck humbucker. This won't be a normal 5-way switch. I'm thinking about it there when I was playing. This must be a Cortex switch. which does different things. So it's like on a normal 5-way switch, you've got like, or it's actually a 3-way with notches in it, but you get three inputs and an output, and then it does the same. You get 3 inputs and output next to each other, so you get like 2 switches the same. On the Cortec, or Cortec make normal switch as well, but the Cortec switch, the ones you put in these, not in that one. In an HH, that one side does something else. It's not 1, 2, 3 output. It's in a different order, which means you can do fancy things like this. Well, that was difficult to explain, and I don't think I succeeded either. Gilmore! Getting a little bit of that neck thing you get with no headless. Or it's not as bad as this as it is on the headless bass. Of playing on the 3rd fret thinking it's the 1st fret because you're so used to it being a headstock. On this one, it's sitting very much where you'd expect a G to be. So as long as you don't look at the headstock, I'm happy with that being a G. It doesn't feel like an A. But maybe that's just because it's in principle very similar to the RG. You know, it says Ibanez after all, so they probably made it so things are in the same place. Obviously you could slide the whole thing that way a wee bit, or slide the whole thing that way a wee bit, and it just makes everything a bit different. Yeah, so I mean, it's a mid. I think it's you now call like just £750 to £1,000 is now mid price, isn't it? It's a mid price Ibanez. Obviously, it's going to be amazing. It's fantastic. Again, it comes in at. It can't be made cheaper, really, because this bridge is a little bit too complicated. I don't know if you would be able to get one that functions as well if it didn't have. So the whole concept, the headless thing, okay, you're saving you're saving money on putting tuners on it. Therefore, that money you can spend that extra money on the bridge. So I mean, maybe there is. I don't know. I don't imagine there's I don't know if there's a cheaper version of this. But I mean, for like a travel guitar or one for flinging in the car, if you're a gigging musician, but you take the bus to gigs. I mean, it is a significantly smaller bag. It's significantly lighter. If you had to carry this, half a mile then on a bus and then half a mile and then on a train, it's a lot easier. Just you're making life much easier like this. This and your lightweight multi-effects unit with a cabinet simulator. There's your gig, just plug straight into the PA and you're set. And although it does have a look as, I don't know, does it look math rock or something like that, you could play anything on it. I mean, it's totally doing all the Fender stuff, it's doing all the Gibson stuff. You could play anything in this, although it would look a little bit strange you playing. I mean, the only thing you can't play in this is Oasis, really, isn't it? Because they're just shite. But any other like jazz and rock and metal, all of them are all fine with this. No, love it. Rock on.